Hi dear students, how are you? Hope all are fine and safe at home. Yes, I am fine. I am very good. I am really missing this type of question from you. If we are in classroom now, normally you will ask, how are you? Such questions and all. We all know what is the current situation, what is happening in the society. But don't worry about these things and all. This will change. This is not permanent. Everything will change. This time also will change. Now what you want to do, you please concentrate in your studies. You can do many things from home. Utilize your time. Okay, always stay positive. If you have a positive mentality, this all time you can utilize for your studies. Okay, so what we can do now, we are entering to the first chapter in history. How, when and where. That is a chapter 9. Already you studied history in the previous classes and all. Okay, along with we have to add some more points here. Okay, I have to ask you some question related to history. Shall I start? History is synonym with dates. So in history, you know that we have to study a lot of dates, years and all. Some people will sometimes they will tell also history is very boring. Why? Because we have to study a lot of dates, years and all. Okay, but actually no, it is not like that. Actually it is very interesting. History, his story, in that name itself one story is there. So behind every incident, behind everyone, behind every revolution, everything, there is a story behind that. From that we have to learn a lot of things. Okay, normally we will compare the past with the present. Something happened before or after. Okay, something happened before Indian independence, before 1947. Something happened after 1947. For example, you born after 2000. Your parents born before 2000. After, before. How we will compare these things and all? Based on some years, dates, right? Yes. We continue to associate history with a string of dates. Okay. You will remember a lot of numbers, dates and all. Okay. I think in previous classes also I asked you something related to how many numbers you are remembering, phone numbers. Okay. I know that you all will remember your birth date, your parents' birth date, your friend's birth date. Okay, for celebration and all. And you won't forget that in that day you will wish them. Okay. So these things and all you are remembering. Why? Because it is very important for you. So if it is important, we will remember. Normally we will remember that. Okay. And previous classes already you studied related to history, some definitions and all. Okay. From that you learned something related to history. Like history is certainly about changes that occur over time. Some changes. Okay. That is not a sudden change, slowly. History is a chronological record of significant events. Yeah, in order some events will be there. If we are making some slight change, a small change in the number year also, that will make a very big mistake. For example, I will tell you. Yeah, Gandhiji born in which year? Yes, right, 1869. 1869. By mistake, you written 1969 in your answer paper. Just imagine that. You made a very little small change there. Instead of 8, you made it 9. But it made 100 years difference. Okay. One more thing, our Gandhiji died in 1948. You written that Gandhiji born in 1969 means what will happen there? Okay. So that type of errors will be there. And it is about finding out how things were in the past and how things have changed. What happened in the previous things and all. There were many changes. For everything changes are there. For example, computer. Who invented computer? Yes, right, Charles Babbage. Okay. When he invented that, that is just a calculating machine. Now a lot of changes are there. What about the train, these things and all? Many time it is changed. Okay. So something somewhere happened means we will ask some question. What happened there? When happened there? Where it is happened? And how it is happened? Who is behind that? For example, Indian War of Independence. India got freedom in 1947. Okay. So the question, many questions will be there. Who all are behind this freedom? When it is happened? Where it is happened? What all things are there behind that? These are all part of history. Okay. Then I am starting with a question. It's a normal question, simple question. What is the question? Who is the father of history? Everyone know that. Okay, it is Herodotus. His picture also given there. Okay, see that Herodotus is the father of history. Okay, what is happening today, that will be a history tomorrow. Today's news are a history of tomorrow. Okay, so we'll directly enter into the chapter. Okay, when did people began to drink tea or coffee? This is one question. It is given in the starting itself in your textbook. Okay, when did people started drinking tea? Can we exactly tell that this so and so year, morning particular 9 o'clock they started drinking tea? We cannot say like that. Okay, exactly. That is not happened when one particular day or particular year and all. As a period of time only we can mention that. Okay. Another question, when you are traveling, did you thought? Just imagine you are traveling in a train. Okay. Any time you thought that this when it is started. Okay. Now some years and all we can say. For example, train first started from Liverpool to Manchester in 1830. Later we will study that. Okay. And in India, where it is started, when it is started in 1853 from Bombay to Thane. In Kerala, Bepur to Thirur. Okay, Kerala. This and all, places year and all we can say. But before inventing this train, how the people traveled, what all things they used. Can you imagine that before inventing this type of transportation and all, how they started traveling? Can you imagine that? Yeah, I will get many answers from you. I know that. Okay. And another question: how people got to hear about the things before newspaper began to be printed? Okay. Now you know that daily we are getting newspapers. Daily newspaper news and all is there. Before started printing of this newspaper, how the people will get news? And one more question: if you want to pass any message from here to some other places, here to Delhi or some other places, how they will pass information? Nowadays you know that we have mobile phone, many options are there. Okay, video conferencing, many things are possible. In olden days, what they done? Okay. Now I asked a lot of questions related to tea, train, newspaper, many things. You know that all these things happened over a stretch of time, not a particular period, not a single day. We cannot mention any single day, year, these things and all. That is happened a stretch of time. Okay. We can only refer to a span of time, an approximate period over which a particular change became visible. Okay. Slowly only we know that people have a habit of drinking tea. People have a habit of reading newspaper. People started traveling in train. Such that happened through a span of time. And historians wrote about the year a king was crowned. For example, the king from Kerala or India or some other countries, he crowned, and the year he married, the year he had a child, the year he fought a particular war, the year he had died, and the year the next ruler succeeded to the throne, everything. Okay, in order it is there. For example, in 8th class you studied that Babur came to India in 1526 after the battle of Panipat. Okay, 15 exact year is there, 1526. Who was the first Mughal ruler? That is Babur. Okay, second Mughal ruler Humayun, third one Akbar. Okay, after that Jahangir, Shah Jahan, Aurangzeb. His rule ended in 1707. Exactly we know in that order. Okay, order we know that which are the Mughal rulers and when they started, when the ruler ended. Okay, that we know that. Why? This and all already noted. Okay, and just before I mentioned that your birth date, some phone number related to you, your parents, your friends and all, which will be very important for you. That is why you will remember that. Okay. What about the remaining things and all? In world, all the dates, all the years, everything we cannot remember. Okay. Which is very important for us. That we will remember. So which all things we will remember? Normally in historians and all, they will note about the most important thing that happened in the country, world, state, like that. Okay. Here, selection of date depends on the story of past. Yeah, that is according to that. For example, we will note the majority dates, years from Indian history. At the same time, the people from Russia, they will note their history. People from China, France, America, these people and all, they will give importance to their stories, their incident, their particular year. Okay. Focusing on particular set of event is important. Okay. Our independence related to our country, these things and all, that is important for us. That doesn't mean that will be very important for some others. Okay. In your textbook, one map given. Okay. The first map of India that is produced by James Rennell, please note his name, James Rennell, and that is in 1782. Okay, in the corner of the textbook you can see that first page itself, it is produced, made by James Rennell in 1782. What he produced, first map of India. Okay, and in that one word also given, that Britannia. Okay, that is a symbol of British power. Okay, that James Rennell made the first map of India. Don't forget the year also, 1782. Okay. In the histories written by British historian in India, the rule of each governor general was important. Here what they given important? These histories, these things are all noted by British people. So, hope you understood that they will give importance to their history, their people. Okay. From their side what is important, they will give importance. For example, from their side many people came to India as governors, generals and all. Okay. So, they will give such people importance to such people. Okay. This histories began with the rule of maybe the first governor general. His name was Warren Hastings. He appointed in 1773. Okay. Don't forget the name of first governor general. Who was that? Warren Hastings. Okay. And it is ended with the last viceroy. Later the governor general changed to viceroy. Okay, and that was Lord Mountbatten. Okay, so you see that that time Indian rulers are there. Okay, Indian states was ruled by many Indian rulers, but they will give importance to the history of British people because that is their point of view. According to them, they started the governor generalship here. Before that rule is there, we will discuss that. Okay, 1773, first governor general. What is his name? Warren Hastings. Later governor general post, the name was changed into viceroy, and the last governor general. Okay, that means the last viceroy, who is that? Lord Mountbatten. He ended his rule in 1947. Okay, related to governor generals, viceroys and all. The coming chapters we will study. Okay, here it is given some of the name, some important governor general's name. It is given here. Okay, I will go through that. Each and every one, they have the separate we have to study in the coming chapters, like Hastings, Warren Hastings, Wellesley, Lord Wellesley, William Bendica, Lord Dalhousie, Canning, Lawrence, Lytton, Ripon, Curzon, Hadinge, Irvine. Okay, don't worry about hearing all these names and all. Slowly, one by one, when it is coming, I will explain about each and every one. Okay, just now you understand that these all the people ruled in India as governor generals. Okay, for this they given importance. Who? British people given importance. Okay, the chronology of their lives marked the different chapters of the history in British India. Who came first? Then second? Who introduced it? Like that, one by one, they. Exactly they are written. For example, I told that in India, railway introduced in 1853 at the time of Dalhousie. Okay, exactly we know that because they noted it. Okay, and when we write history or a story, we divided that into chapters. Yeah, your textbook also that is divided into different chapters. First chapter, how, when and where. Second, third, fourth, fifth chapter, the revolt of 1857. Exactly it is divided. Like that you have two textbooks, around 12 chapters. It is divided. Why they divided that is into different chapters? Can anyone tell that? Why? Not only history book, every subject they are dividing into different chapters. What will be the reason behind that? Anybody, can you tell me that? Yes, okay, there is a reason for that. Okay, in the histories that revolve around the life of British governor generals, the activities of Indian simply do not fit. They have no space. Okay, as you said, just now you said that when we are dividing this chapter, we will concentrate in some topic. Okay, after that we will move to another topic. Each and every topic will give importance. But these topics and all, when that is written by British people, they didn't give any importance to Indian people. They don't have any space for that. Okay, what then do we do? Clearly we need another format of our history. Okay, that and all one-sided history from the viewpoint of British people. From the opposite side, in India we have lived. Okay, Indian people are there. From their side also some history is there. So we have to discuss how they periodized. Okay, how we have to make it in our point of view. Okay. Before that we will see that how they periodized British people. Okay. In 1817, James Mill, he was a Scottish economist. Please note it. The year is 1817. His name is James Mill. Is a Scottish economist. Okay. He published a book. Okay. Published a massive 3-volume book named A History of British India. Okay. You know that British people came to India in 1600 AD. From there onwards, British started their rule here. About that, James Mill written one book. Not the book name, that is A History of British India. In that, he divided history into 3 periods. Hindu period, Muslim period and British period. Okay. You know, already the history is divided into ancient period, medieval period and modern period. Okay. And he divided the history into Indian history into Hindu period, Muslim period and British period. That means first Hindu rulers ruled here, after that Muslim rulers came here, later finally who came? British people came. He divided like that. Okay. Mill thought that all Asian societies were at a lower level of civilization than Europe. According to his view, he is saying that European people are highly educated people, they are civilized people. Okay. And Indian people are not like that. We are such uncivilized people. It is the duty of British people to civilize Indian people. That's what they think. Okay. According to this telling of history, before the British came to India, Hindu and Muslim despots ruled the country. Okay. Hindu people and Muslim people, they ruled the country before the coming of British people. Later they came here. Don't forget the year the British came into India, that is in 1600 AD. Okay. British rule, Mill felt, could civilize India because they are educated people, their culture is different, they have to teach everything to Indians. And to do this, it was necessary to introduce European manners. Yeah, they have a separate culture, manners, their art, institution, laws, everything in India. Okay, British type of education, English education, that they have to introduce here. Through that they have to civilize India. India was not capable of progress without British help. Without the help of British people, he is saying that we cannot progress here. Okay, we cannot develop. The period before British rule was one of the darkness. He is saying that. Okay, according to him, the period before the coming of British, that in India, that was one darkness. Can such a conception be accepted today? We cannot. Never, we cannot accept that conception. Before that, we have our own education, our own language, our own people, rulers, everything. Then how can we say that before the coming of British people, we have a darkness here? Never, we cannot. Yeah. In any case, can we refer any period as Hindu period, Muslim period, Christian period or British period and all? How it is possible? At the time of Hindu rulers, we have other religion people also living here. When the Muslims rulers are ruling here, Hindu people also here. And at the time of when the British came here, you know, all other religious people, they are living here, they have their own history. So we cannot refer this particularly as a Hindu period, Muslim period and British period. We cannot. Okay. And we should also remember that even rulers in ancient India did not all share the same faith. We cannot exactly tell that all the rulers belong to Hindu or Muslim or Christian and all. I think you heard about Akbar. Akbar, he believed in a particular religion, Dini Ilahi. Okay, so he made his own religion. So people will be having different faith. So we cannot say that particularly that is Hindu period, Muslim period and British period. Moving away from British classification, now you know that they again made some changes. Instead of Hindu, Muslim, British, they give a new name. Okay, what is the name? Ancient, medieval and modern. Somewhat we can accept that ancient history, medieval history, modern history. Okay, but they point that after the coming of British people, that is our modern time, modern history. That we cannot accept. in Europe and all, you know that in European people, that modern periods refer that that's a period of Renaissance. Yeah. This division too has one problem. What is the problem? It is a periodization that is borrowed from the West, from Europe, and here that is associated with the growth of all the forces of modernity, science, reason, democracy, liberty, and equality. Everything it was available for European people, but it was not there for British Indian people. Why? Because British people came here and we were under the control of them. We didn't get freedom. Yeah, but still they are telling that that is the modern period. Can we accept that? No. Under British rule, people did not have equality, freedom, or liberty. We know that. We suffered a lot. Okay. And nor was the period one of the economic growth and progress. We don't have such progress. Our wealth and all taken by them. In 7th class, we already discussed about that. Okay. Many historians therefore refer this period as a colonial. Okay. We were under the control of some other countries. The word colonial, don't forget that colonial refers to British rule. Okay. Means the country which is under the domination of another country. British people came here and we became the colony of British people. And British rule brought about changes in values and taste, customs and practices. Many changes they made here. Okay. They introduced their own education, dressing style, food habit, many things. Okay. When the subjugation of one country by another leads to this kind of political, economic and social cultural changes, we refer to the process as colonization. Okay, what they done, British people, they came here, they started ruling here, and we became the colony of British people. This process they continued, not only in India, many other countries. That process is known as the colonization. Okay, and we are stopping the topic now. For the time being, we'll stop that, and we'll continue the remaining topic in the next class. Okay, up to that, what all things we discussed, don't forget that we started with the definition of history. Whatever the incident, what is happening today, that will be the history of tomorrow. Okay, later we discussed about how the things happened, like drinking tea, traveling related to train we discussed, related to newspaper we discussed. Okay, and stretch of period, that is not happened in a stretch of period, slowly only it happened. Okay. And which all dates are important, about that we discussed. Okay. And finally we discussed about the period divided by James Mill, that is Hindu, Muslim, British period. Later that is changed into ancient period, medieval period and modern period. Finally we discussed one more topic related to colonization. Okay. Remaining topic we will take in the next class. Read the textbook properly, go through that thoroughly, check the exercise and all. Any doubt you can ask me. Okay. Till then, bye.